What's up, everyone? It's your man, the Mega Power TV, aka the Mega Power 64, coming at you live from the basement. And today, it's the first episode of the new season, Season 3, Steammates Episode 1, 2026. You know, as the new school year gets underway, that's when our new season starts. And so here, I figured it's time to get a Steammates in. Training camp's underway. Figure it's time I paid the price. I just got a lift in. Got some hooping in a little bit, just light work myself on my rickety knees this afternoon. Now we got to get a little recovery session in. So we're in here, we're paying the price. And if you're not out there doing that, you need to start doing it now. It's better for your health. So I'm just telling you, man, start getting after it. I'm 41, still putting in the work, still working on the diet as well, dialing that in. So lock it in, boys, and pick up the pace. As far as video game news, Claymaker's down here playing Geometry Dash right now while I'm paying the price. You just keep playing, bud.
It's 130.
Yep, 130, and it's heating up because it's the hot 105.9 down here. And video game news. So we haven't covered this in a while. Big news of the day, for me at least, is we're big Nintendo guys in this house. As you know, Team Tiger Venom is all on the Switch.
It passed over. It's 131.
I know, bud. Big news. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4 got announced for the Nintendo Switch 2. Release date, October 23rd. I'm interested to see what the video quality of that's going to be like and how it's going to perform. The Switch 2 overheats really easily. So if that's really in dock mode, pushing the pace, that's going to really push that hardware beyond its limits. And I'm really wondering in handheld mode too, because in the video they're showing people playing Call of Duty in handheld mode. So really wonder what that's going to look like and what the performance is going to be like. Obviously they're going to need to scale it down, which I think it actually would be better for Call of Duty. I think they really need to scale it down. I actually think they need to go in a whole entire new art direction. Let Battlefield be the real, shooter game as guys are sliding on their butts backwards. I don't know about you, but if you try wearing any kind of clothes, let alone tactical gear, and go try to slide on concrete, see what happens. But we're in the video game world. We're already shooting guns at each other, right? We get it. So those are nitpicking. We can save nitpicking Call of Duty for a different day because we all know that game, not just nitpick, it just kind of has its flaws, right? But that's big news coming to Nintendo, so I'm excited for that. Minecraft Dungeons 2 coming at the end of September. That's big news as well. So that'll be kind of fun. It's kind of like more of like a kids type game, but that'll be fun to play. The one thing jumping back to Call of Duty as the heat in here gets hot, man, that makes it hard to think. I'm wondering if there's going to be cross-play on Nintendo. I'm sure there will be, but I kind of hope there isn't. I don't know what that means for the player base, but I think it will be more fun to have just a unique experience for the Switch player base. And personally, I think actually when games need to get back to not supporting crossplay and just developing unique gameplay types for their player base. I think you introduce additional latency, balancing issues, all these kind of things when you're trying to do, everyone against each other. I've always found Call of Duty especially was at its best when you had to develop it separately for the PC, separate for the Xbox, separate for the PlayStation ecosystems, now adding Nintendo. Now, if you're on the Microsoft side, Activision, Microsoft, you're like, man, that's 4 different platforms we'd have to build it for. And I get it, but they'd be in a much better place if they just focused on that. You can still sell skins and do all that stuff. And you can make it unique to each ecosystem. And I think when you do that, you can then, if you're Microsoft, you could kind of cross promote it into Minecraft, into all their different promotions that they have and IPs and sort of like get some more out of it. So we'll see how it goes. There's apparently going to be a beta. I'll check out the beta on there. Maybe we'll end up playing some multiplayer on the Switch. So we'll see how that goes. That is kind of the biggest news, other than I still need to play some Star Fox here, get that on the stream. We've been hitting the Counter-Strike pretty hard. I thought about getting some Valorant in, but just really not in the mood to install Valorant on there and get the Riot malware on my computer. Just clanging and banging in Counter-Strike 2, man. The highs and the lows in that game are so extreme that, you know, you will have the highs in a few matches, followed by just the extreme lows of matches of just getting beat over and over again. And it's a tough game, man. And like last night on the stream, I was feeling the highs, feeling the lows, and man, it starts to beat you down a little bit. So you got to know when to kind of tap out, so that you don't want to stick. There's a level of like, okay, you got to push through with it, but you also need to know when to just take the foot off the gas, hit the ejecto-cedo, and live to fight another day, because that game can really wear on you, and you don't. When you feel yourself kind of boiling inside, getting a little too wound up, that's when you shut it down and be like, all right, we'll come back tomorrow. So maybe tonight I might mix in a little Halo Infinite, maybe just to mix it up a little more arcadey shooter. You know, it's funny, like when we looked at the Steam charts last night, Infinite had like 1,000 to close to 2,000 players, peak 24. And Counter-Strike hit over 1 million players in the 24 hours, which is just crazy to think about, right? So, but I think the Halo Infinite night would be a good night. So that's all I've got. Wanted to get episode 1 of Steammates in the books. We don't want to put too much content into these, so we'll keep these coming. It's Man the Mega Power. And just always remember, when you need to play, make a play.